This is Andy Cotter with MMA.ca here with TJ Grant here at Fit Plus in Halifax, Nova Scotia. TJ is 1 week away from his UFC 152 matchup against Evan Dunham. TJ, it was your last hard training, your last hard sparring tonight with the guys. How'd it go for you?
It went good. I feel really good. I'm just, happy that I got through this training camp with no injuries, and I had a great training camp. Everything's come together at the right time. I'm in the best shape of my life, and just looking forward to next Saturday.
Your trainer Scott McLean always brings down some top quality talent to train with you to get you ready for your fights. Tell us about your training camp this time.
I did my full training camp here at Fit Plus in Cole Harbour, and we have a good stable of guys here to begin with, but we brought in Ainsley Robinson, who's a former Canadian Olympian. He really helped my wrestling game, and he stayed with me for a couple of weeks, or close to a couple of weeks, and Jordan Mean also came down and trained with me for 2 weeks, and that was awesome. He's a phenomenal talent. He's big things for him in the future. He can fight orthodox southpaw, which is great for me because my opponent's a southpaw, and just amazing stand-up, just a good, solid guy to bring around. So I had a really good training camp between him and Ainsley, and as well the other guys. So I'm just looking forward to September 22nd.
Right on. You always have a good game plan going into your fights. You and Scott sit down and break down your opponent and how things are going to go. Tell us about Dunham as an opponent and how you can see your opportunities to exploit his weaknesses, if any.
It's looking at it on paper, we're kind of like mirror images of each other. Like I think we both possess good stand-up. We both attack, keep a lot of pressure on. Both good ground games, good wrestling. It's going to be one of those fights that it should be exciting. Like, sometimes you get two guys in there and it's boring, but I don't think there's a chance of that. I think both of us, the way we go at it, we're willing to go out there and do our thing, and it's going to be a good fight. And, again, weaknesses, there's not a whole lot he has. It's going to come down to execution on that night, and, whoever's more prepared and who can implement their game is going to win the fight.
You had some good success in the UFC as a welterweight, but not the type of success that you would hope for. You switched down to lightweight, and you've done extremely well at that new weight class. How are you liking it there so far, and is it where you're going to stay?
It's definitely where I'm going to stay. I love it, really, just because I find everything's coming together for me as a professional. That year off that I had after the Almeida fight, well, close to a year off. I got a lot better, and I did have to drop out of the Brenneman fight, which is unfortunate, and I was off for about 8 months before that. So, I wasn't hoping for that, but in that time, I really made a lot of progress as a fighter, and I continued that, and I've been making a lot of progress in the last few years, and I just feel like I'm coming into my prime. I'm not there yet, but I feel like I am, and also with the weight, the new weight class, I feel like I can really make waves here and continue on with my success.
Yeah. We all know that in the UFC, every fight is important to win every fight. However, this fight against Dunham, whoever wins this at the end is probably going to be on the cusp of greater things, probably get a chance to be in the main card, get some higher profile fights. Does that add any extra pressure to you?
Not so much. Every time you're out there, you're fighting for your livelihood, you're fighting for money, you're fighting for, you represent your people. You have so many people that cheer for you, and you don't want to let anyone down. You don't want to let yourself down. I don't want to go out there and have a bad performance. I take it personally, and I find the pressure's been on for me since my very first fight. I get nervous. I feel like I'm going to throw up. The day of the fight, I feel like crap. But then something happens. I get in the cage and I can do my thing, and that's part of competition. You should be nervous. You should feel the pressure, and if you don't, then you're either unbelievably lucky or you're probably not going to have that much success. In this sport, I feel like the pressure's what's going to drive you, and it's no different for me in this case.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of big things ahead for the winner of this fight. I definitely trained my butt off, and I've put everything into my training, and that's really all you can do.
At one point, you and Evan had been on the main card. However, with the inclusion of a new fight, Roger Hall, another local Halifax fighter, versus Matt Hamill, you were bumped down to the undercard again. Does that depress you at all, or was that upsetting?
When I found out that they bumped our fight about 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I was originally I was pretty bummed out, and just it was news to me. I found out through a radio interview, and I was like, wow, I had no idea. But I adjusted. 20 minutes later, I was still bummed out about it, still a little bit sour, but in the end, I'm still fighting on FX and Sportsnet, and it's going to be broadcast to so many people all over the world, and I know that this is going to get me a lot of exposure that I haven't had in the UFC, and life is good. I have no complaints. It's unfortunate I'm not on the main card, but whoop-de-doo,
Yeah.
Life goes on, and
Life goes on and you're fighting anyway.
That's right.
Okay, TJ, now I'm going to open up the floor, give you a chance to thank anybody you'd like or say anything you'd like to say at the end of the interview.
Hey, I just want to thank everybody for watching my fights, cheering for me. I want to thank all my teammates at Fit Plus Martial Arts, Scott McLean, all the guys that are dedicated to help me train, and Ainsley Robinson, Jordan Mean for coming out and helping me out. As well, I want to thank my sponsors, Remote Access Technology, Echo, Cashbin ATM, Popeye's Health Supplements, Dungeon Sportswear. There could be a few others that I forgot, and if I did, I apologize.
Okay, TJ, well, we know you always put on an exciting fight, so we're looking forward to next Saturday night at UFC 152. Good luck.
Appreciate it.